Man, we gonna get into it, get the recording going here. So this is your boy, Mr. Check My Resume. We are here for the 0 day class. Particularly this class is focused on what I would term our continuation method. So please join us on Tuesdays. In the evenings, we do our Strat 101 class where I kind of cover in depth the two types of methods or processes that I look towards in terms of identifying trades, whether that's for longer term swings or if I'm trying to identify short term trades to capture volatility or momentum, things of that nature. So there's a I guess you could say a thought process or like a fundamental thought behind it. So I always try to give you guys some context into why I look at certain things the way I do on these trades. And so particularly for the 0 day class, I'm looking at what I term as our continuation method. And essentially what we're looking for in a nutshell is we're trying to get on the moving train. We're trying to catch something that we don't have to consider if it's gonna, reverse back into the direction we want. We don't have to worry about like, oh, it's been consolidating. We don't know what direction. We want those trades where the price is like no doubt. Like this thing's been going up for weeks, maybe even months, a nice period of time that gives you comfort that when you get an actionable signal that takes you to the upside, that is going to take that trade into continuity and the buyers are going to take control and you're going to be able to take a trade that's going to have a high potential on it in terms of probability, but then also how those contracts can pay out depending on, what your return on investment says with the analyzer tab or any other analyze tool you use. So we talk about long swings. We look for really true reversal combinations on the higher macro timeframes. That's what we generally look for on like some of like my weekend watch lists and stuff of that nature. But there are instances where we can capture trades that are in TTOs that are maybe consolidating, maybe they've been in a trend over a longer period of time. Maybe it's a short consolidation period and it's given an actionable signal to continue moving in the direction that it's been for that period of time. So we're really trying to get on something pause that. We're really trying to get into a trade or an opportunity that's going to continue in the direction that it's been going in for that period of time. So whether that's an upside or a downside trade, it doesn't matter. The concept of what we're looking for is, I just like to give the analogy, it's like getting on a moving train, and essentially we're looking for that actionable signal that's essentially telling us, like, all aboard, we anybody want to get on this train, get on now. Otherwise, next stop is the target, right? So that's kind of like the concept of what I'm looking for in the 0 day trades. And so this is something that's applicable for all types of day trades, or even if you want to go down into scalp, you just got to apply it with the thought of using the smaller time frames and the micros. But for this, we'd like to focus on the 4-hour or the daily time frame. A lot of times for these setups. And really this class is about the education. So don't feel like, because we do take, things that we see here, we will potentially take tomorrow. So don't feel the obligation that you have to take any of these trades. This is purely for the educational purposes. There are people that come to this class religiously that come here religiously that do not day trade. You know what I'm saying? They just here for the education part, right? So whatever your goal is, that's kind of how you want to look at it. And then if some people want to incorporate or add another tool to your tool belt, that's also something that you can utilize here, where it's like, hey, I don't do this very well. Maybe you can use or implement this process into your shorter term trading. So that's kind of like the core thought about it. I'm not gonna get too much into it, but I want to get through the house cleaning, and we're gonna get right into it. So in the Discord, I had dropped in like 3 tickers. I'm really, again, understanding like the market and how the price action has been. It hasn't been favorable to the upside this week for like I just say for a good portion of the market, right? So what I'm looking for particularly are those stocks that kind of held strong throughout the week, right? I want to see stocks that maybe not necessarily went up during this period this week, but they certainly didn't go down. They consolidated, they squeezed, you know, and ideally, sure, they kept going up during all of this, crazy price action, right? So those are the things that I'm looking for on these shorter time frames so that I can just like take advantage. And that kind of gives me clarification on like what's actually strong and what's weak in the sense of like what is weak to me. If it's like if the market's down, it's down. Like I want something that kind of has its own independence in terms of price. So I'm looking for those opportunities where those stocks have been looking up in case tomorrow we do get continued, funky price action and some of this, like, whatever with the price. So if we do get some of that tomorrow, I already know which stocks are going to hold up strong, during that time period. And then the idea would be once the market turns bullish, they would then in turn, because the buyers have already been in control, right? So we're looking for like increased buying to come into the play once the market turns around. It's kind of like the concept, right? So there was like three tickers that I really was like, okay, I'll take a look at these. I wasn't really too impressed with what was out there in terms of options for us to play or opportunities. I mean, there are a bunch, but I didn't see a lot that really fit my, kind of what I like to see a lot of times. So I only pulled 3, but obviously you already know. Throw your tickets in the chat and we'll get into them. I'll be going through tickers until about the top of the hour. So let's see. I see O'Shea and that cat for tomorrow. So the first of the tickers that I was looking at for tomorrow. And again, if you want me to look at tickers, I only want to look at tickers for tomorrow. This is the 0-day class. We're only looking for short-term opportunities to take into tomorrow. The longer swings and things of that nature, or things that you're already in, you just want to see how it's going, shoot me a message or shoot me something in the Discord. Just want to be mindful of the folks' time who have like questions about the 0-day process or even particular setups that we're in, because we can be on here for hours and the folks who've been here already know. So just really want to be mindful of folks' time, particularly the East Coast folks. So first thing, I'm gonna go through my 3 tickers and then we'll get into tickers in the chat. If you don't want to speak up or whatever, or kind of, ask a question or go over your play, you can definitely put it in the chat. But again, as you know, I'll be on to about 7 local time, and then somebody can take over the screen share. You know how we do. We do the group thing. But first off here, what I'm looking at is Abivai. If you look in the Discord channel for the 0-day class, you'll see the setups that I have in there for Abivai. First thing that caught my eye was a double inside day, but then after further investigation, I saw the 4-hour setup. We had some retracement this week, so we are red on the week, so we're a little bit out of continuity. And again, we've been on the run on this one. So it's one of those situations, in my humble opinion, we are kind of like taking a breather here, i.e. we're consolidating in this range right here. Looks like it's squeezing, actually, to be more specific. Looks like we're squeezing right here on Abivai. So I see a scenario where, like, if price does decide to push up tomorrow, we could essentially break out to these broad information levels at 152. Otherwise, it might just continue to consolidate, but I think we're setting up with this hammer setup unless it gaps down. I think we're setting up for an opportunity for this thing to break out. But the other scenario is that it gaps down or something like that tomorrow, or what have you. But our deal: no trigger, no trade. So if it don't trigger, it don't matter, right? So. But anyway, Abivai 212 bullish continuation we're looking at for tomorrow. Our entry point would be above 149.19. So you see the red hammer candle here. So definitely looking at this one as a potential. I wouldn't even want to call this a bullish continuation. This is just a 212. And then also we got the double inside day hammer on Abivai again. So I really like the way that sets up. You know, we've been on this run, but we are in a new month. So you got the month candle that's red, as well as the week candle that's red because of the price action so far this week. Also the 4 hours red. So again, if we get the triggers that we would like to see here, we would turn the week back green at 150.43. We would turn the month back green at hold on, how the month open at 150? Okay, and the month opens at 150. So it flipped the month back green at 150. And the 4 hour, obviously, if it triggers, we're back in full time frame continuity, except for the year. But we got some work to do on the year, I believe. Yeah, we got some work to do. We got to get to like 162 on the year. But you see how all the time frames flip right back to green. So that's something just to be mindful of on your setups as well. So I'm looking for this one. We caught it off the lows initially. Now it's hitting a little bit of a retracement. Looks like we had like a small retracement back to this weekly BF level. And now we're looking like we want to go push up through these other BFs above his head. So that's potential of what I see on Abivai even longer term. But in terms of the short term, let's throw up some of the BFs here. So, yeah, so I only have the weekly BFs on here right now, so I don't have dailies or 4 hour BFs. So if anybody has them, please, call them out, put them in the chat. But just looking at this double inside day setup,
maybe resume. I got 2 weekly BFs right above it.
Yeah, I got those. Any ones in between that level? Like you're saying, like right above it?
At like 152.30 level, and then I got another one at like 153.80, which is another weekly.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I got the same exact ones. But nothing in between. You get me excited here. You get me excited, okay?
But also that's 50% of the quarter right here at 148.58. And then looking at the 2-day on TOS, we got a 212. So that basically is a trigger machine gun right here.
They spitting over
4
here.
hour triggers the day triggers the 2-day, and target would be like 151.76.
Hey, you hear him now?
That one's fire.
Yeah.
Let's look at the contracts. But yeah, those are the weekly BS I got right there, bro.
Yeah, thank you for that. And thanks for the call out on that. Thanks for the call out on that fib level too.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, just above it. So that's a good level. So we get to break. There's some nice potential to take this to the broad information. So if anybody is looking at contracts already, me, I like to be at the money, or I like to snuggle. I like to spoon that money. So I'll be probably looking at some 150s or something like that. Maybe the 149s if I feel whatever. But if you're more on the riskier side and you feeling confident, maybe I think Abivai's got like 152.50s or something crazy on these. So check out the options chain. But I want somebody, if they can, look at the contracts and see what they look like on the analyzer. Back to these broad informations. One like 152.30. If it gets to that first one, I see it probably trying to wick to the second one, and then 153.50. Throw those levels out there as targets on the price splice, and then see what the percentage is on the payout. See if we can get like a cool 200-300.
So the 150s, they 41 cent right now. And if it hits 152.30, that'd be 400%. And then if it hits 153.30, that'll be 700%.
Woo. I like that. All right, now next step here. What's our underlying move from entry to target? And it don't have to be an exact number. That's for anybody. That ain't, anybody. I think that is the 150s. So I just want to point something out because Ray just called out like the contracts, the 150s, right? So when you're looking at the return on investment on the trade, you got to take that into account. Like you got a high probability strike with a very good payout on the contracts, right? We're looking for on these 0 days minimum like 100%, right? We don't want to take all that risk for like anything less than 100, right? So when I hear 300%, 300 or 400% at the first target, then 700 at the second target. What was the contract amount again, Ray? Like you said, 40 cent, 41 cent.
Yeah, 41.
Yeah, at that investment level, there's they could turn a little into a lot with that. See what I'm saying? Because we're not trying to put in 10,000 to make 3 or 2, right? We're trying to put in 2 and make 10. We're trying to do the inverse. So I like the ratio on that. I like the setup on it. I like what the levels are. If anybody can point out any daily or 4-hour broadening formations that are in between where price currently is and in the first target or even the second target, speak now or forever hold your peace. But we're gonna move on. And this one look like it's barbecue chicken.
Low price strat in the chat. It has 50% 6 month.
Okay, yeah, okay. Ray had pointed out it was 50% of the quarter at 148.58. So I think we got those fib levels. Now, no smaller BS, huh? Okay. All right. Hey, I trust y'all. Go back and look. 149.54 is the 50% of the 6 month. Yeah, okay. $149. Yeah. I got them both in there. Well, let me do this one. But yeah, okay. I'll put them both on there just to have them show up on my micros. Maybe another day we'll get into the broad informations. All right. So we got entry, we got target, we got return on investment, and I think probability is there. I think a downside is like if it gaps down. So it was like no trigger, no trade. But you got entry to the 6 month level, 6 months, 50%. It's squeezing in between that level. So high potential trade. Excuse me. So that's the first one. Anybody got any questions, feedback on the Abby vibe before we move on to the next one? All right, that. Cracking. Okay, next one I got is Procter and Gamble.
Excuse me,
ticker.
sorry.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to. Sorry.
You
You
good?
said your target for what was the target that you had set for ABBV?
We were looking at a couple potentials. I think honestly, for me, with the squeeze potential right here, I'm looking at initial targets, probably to the high of this range initially, that 151.76, but then ultimately, I'm looking at this initial broadening formation, and that's why I kept asking the crew if they had any smaller time frame BFs in between that range where price is, because those could be smaller target levels too, depending on like what your objective of your trade is. I'd probably take like the 4 hour day. I mean, I'll take even the day entry. I could probably hang out there for a little bit to see it maybe consolidate and then go. Just depending on what I start off with, right? You get in with a decent starter position, and it gives you a little bit more latitude to stay in the trade longer. But so I think the big thing here is not to like over leverage yourself initially. It's just to kind of go in because it's squeezing, right? So if it triggers, we got to see it move immediately. Got to see it move in force. But tighter the squeeze, the bigger the bust, as we say.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my target. Anybody else got any targets? 151.76 and then 152. 152-ish. Next broad information.
Low key resume, I got, 50% of the year is at 152.08.
That's where that BF is.
Yeah, exactly. So, in that area, I think I just wanted to point that out. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. No, thank you for that. Cause that's kind of what I'm thinking too. I don't think it's like if it does what it's supposed to do, it's not gonna fizzle out in this range. It's gonna move. But I see a lot of opportunity there. So
Yeah.
All right. I think we broke that one down pretty good. Let's move on to PG, Procter and Gamble. This is one of our staple stocks. One of our swingers, really. We like to swing this one. But looking good. It's been in an uptrend for a couple months, almost 3 months now. 212 on the month, went 2 up in force. Looks like we had a gap up over into this volume gap area, and then it kind of ran on through and got through that next broadening formation, and then kind of has been consolidating. Looks like it's kind of claiming its position above that BF. Looks like we just got an opportunity for this thing to go 2 up again tomorrow. Come on, here we go. I like the way this one sets up. We're in a clear uptrend, looking for a trigger point entry at 157.70 on the day. Did I have a 4-hour target entry on this one? Yeah, 4-hour entry is 157.14. Hold on. Let me go back to the 4 so y'all can see that. So it's just been kind of creating higher lows, which is a good sign. So we set up tomorrow for potential move to continue 2 up on the day. Kind of thinking about getting back to the high from not today, but from the day before, from yesterday, I guess. Yesterday's high 157.73. Looking at that as an initial target. But again, I think we see some obvious areas where there may be broad information. So I'm not going to use up time to draw them right now, but there are going to be some 4-hour and daily broad informations I can see. So if anybody got some levels tied to those broad informations, I'd like to hear them because I'll go back and look a little bit later. But yeah, so what I recommend right now, just based on the setup, it looks really good. Draw some daily and 4-hour broad informations on this one. You may be able to identify some of these target levels where price will end up.
I got it right underneath 2 weekly BS right now, resume.
Okay. I don't even have those. Okay.
Honestly, it might gap up over those maybe tomorrow, but yeah, I just got two right there, and then above that, it's a lot of space.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got this one from June 29th, 2023, and I put it back to 6/22, 2023.
I see it.
Yeah, I got that same one too, right?
Yep, I see it.
Feel like if it closed right above it today, right?
Yeah, I got it like right at it. That's what I'm saying. It might just gap up. But yeah, right there. So
Hey, resume, I marked off a level trying practice what Boss Gang was teaching us about where price had went before it started wicking off of it. So I had marked off on a day going back to April 21st. It made a high of 158.11.
Okay. 158.11. And what was the date you said?
On the day that was for April 21st of this year.
Okay, that was April. Okay.
So
It
it came
hasn't got
close.
back to that price yet?
Nah, it hit that price, and then on April 25th, it came close. It came a few cents close to it, and then it hasn't come back. Then it was started reversing after that.
Yeah, that would be the high of the year. 158.11. Yeah. Now with PG, that's a good target. I think that's probably like the upper end of the target for me. I'm thinking with PG, we just need about $1. You know, that's probably where I'm thinking is like we just need about a good dollar move on this one.
hey, if you look at the after hours resume, price already gapped above that BF.
Of course
It's
it
about to
did.
trigger today.
Of course it did. They're like, no, y'all ain't finna get us. Yeah, so you need like you probably need like less than 1% move to that 158.11. So if it gaps up, we got to see if it's gonna gap up above the trigger because price wick a good amount today. So let's see. If anybody, what contracts we're looking at? If anybody want to look at those 150, 157, 158s, just look at the 158s and maybe for y'all risky folks, maybe 160s. But yeah, I check out those 158s and I want to see what price would be back to 158.11. It's like $1 move. You said it's gapping up. How far is it up already? Which it don't matter. You good.
Hey, hold on, resume. You say there's a contract for 158?
Yeah, I'm asking if somebody could look to see.
No,
nah.
I think the 157s are the best. They 30%.
Yeah, it's 157.50, and then it goes to 160.
Got
Yeah.
you. That's how they do.
Hey, but
17.
that candle in after hours though is a strong 3. It had wick down and literally hit. I got 3 BS right here and then push right back up. So this one might be moving in force tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's my expectation. I'm expecting this thing to go 2 up tomorrow. It's just the time that it's gonna take and the volatility to have, but I have an expectation that we're gonna get some strong price action. Okay, that's cool. And then so the 157.50s or the 160s. Anybody taking a look at either of those?
You say your target is 158.11?
That's one target. I'm gonna try to throw on some BS real quick on the day.
Yeah, so that 158.11 is 180%.
What was your first target before that 158.11 resume?
157.70. That's what I put in.
But the 157.70 is the day trigger though.
Now
Yeah.
your target.
No, I know resume said 158.11.
Yeah,
But
because
I was
that's
just putting in the closest thing to it because if it triggers the 4 hours, it's gonna trigger the day.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because that's like
So-
a 40-cent move. Like, you know, 158.11 ain't really nowhere. So
And Ray, you said if for the target of 158.11, you got 180%.
yeah.
Yeah, I got that too for the 157.5 call.
Yep.
okay,
Right.
okay.
Let me see the next BF. I got the next BF at like 160. Now I don't know if it's gonna move that much, but
What BF is that? Because I don't see it on my chart.
I got it's a weekly. I'll tell you right now. From 6/6/2019 to 5/16/2019.
Okay.
So it's probably like the highest high in that range.
Yeah, I
But
ain't
yeah, that's the
seeing
next
no,
one I got.
yeah, not seeing no dailies in this range that really affect us. That's another good sign. Let's see what these 4 hours looking like. Right. Excuse me. Interesting. We got some 4 hours. We got some 4 hour target, 4 hour price targets. BFs, I guess you could say. Let me zoom in. We're gonna make some targets. That's how I closed the hour. So it's already over the BF. You're saying right now after hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the strong 3 candle.
Okay. Yeah, we get the trigger. Because it's we get the trigger to the upside. The BF the first 4 hour BF we're looking at is right just below that 158.11. It may actually be right at it. Now I guess the next BF or next price target you want to plot in, maybe like a 158.50 or something like that. 158.45 or something.
He said we're gonna find another target.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I was like, I just need to go draw some more BFs at a lower time frame.
Yeah.
And then you got like 158.80 range as an upper BF. And that's just immediate. I ain't even go out that far. It's just immediate. So that would be the sensible thing for me to do is go and plot in those price target areas where those broadening formations sit, and then evaluate what the ROI is on those, and then from there make a determination: is it worth our time and investment to get into this trade and take it to the target that we're looking at. So somebody let me know once you guys take a look, because I want to see what that final Was
Wait, what was your
157.
next target? You said 158.45.
Yeah, let's do that. 158.45.
250%.
Yep.
Okay. All right. It ain't bad. It ain't better than the Aviva in terms of the ROI
Yeah.
target. Okay, and then the last one's 158.85. So that may push you over. Oh, yeah, that may push you over 300, or maybe volatility kicks in. But okay. All right. I think I heard enough on PG. PG looks solid though. It's just a solid play. You could get a base hit, nice double. You know what I'm saying? Taking it to first target. That's not bad. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep up the pace. Any more questions on PG before we move on? And then this last one, I don't plan to spend much time on. I know my brother FICO already like kind of went through this one a good bit already, with the AMD trade and all that. But for the purposes of the 0-day, I see an opportunity. So crazy outside week. We know that. Month ain't looking too hot. So we had the outside day yesterday, inside today, which y'all already know. Y'all should already know what I'm thinking here. Brother know how you feel about them bearish outside days. All right. This ain't nothing but a TTO on AMD. But as you can see though, it's been kind of like in this little tight range between like 107 and 120 for a little bit. So he ain't, but it's setting up tomorrow for a nice move. I'll say that. So yeah, we got the AMD Chicago 312 on the day. Entry is at 114.96. That looks pretty straightforward. To take this trade back to target, but I don't like. Let me sit on this. Let me go back.
Sure, it wicked off a weekly BF on the looking at it on the day resume.
Yeah, it did. Yep. I don't like that. Nope, don't
You
like
be
that.
saying about them BF right above his head.
Yeah, nope, don't like that. Let me turn on these BS real quick. So one of the rule of thumbs that I have with like trading and utilizing the strat and these broadening formations is that I don't like to take entries, and it's it's not 100% of the time, but vast majority I don't take trades where I have to enter just below like a broadening. If I'm taking upside, just below a broadening formation, right? Like I don't want to have to deal with like how price may react to that broadening formation as soon as I get in. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just getting in. I'm trying to confirm if the trade is good to stay in and add to the position. And I don't need a whole bunch of turbulence and choppy price action as soon as I get in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's typically what you will get out of a broad information is a reaction from price. Whether it eventually breaks through, it starts doing all kind of behavior before it breaks through a lot of times, unless it's just a pure breakout, right? So just understanding that logic, I just try to avoid those trades where they have to break through a broad formation as soon as I enter. right above the entry price. That's a general rule of thumb. There are certain instances where I may feel like, okay, price is bullish, sector is in, congruency. There may be other factors at play that make me feel like, all right, cool. I can still play this even though there's a broadening formation nearby. In this case right here on AMD, again, because of the volatility on the stock, I'd be a little bit hesitant just on that part alone. I like the day entry better than I do the 4 hour. Because the day entry puts you already above that broad information. So then you have a little bit of time to see or review how the trade is going to play out. I'm sorry. So now if I take the daily entry, it's above this broad information, but it's also at the second broad information. So the idea would be you take that trade at that 114.96, and then you're gonna have to take it to that next broad information at like 117. It's kind of what you're looking at as a target. And so you got to look for a larger move on the price in terms of underlying movement. So you got to factor that into your calculation. Like price may already have moved 2% or 1.5% before it gets to your target. Is it going to move the additional 3% needed to get to your final target, right? So so that's kind of like the calculation you got to make, right? AMD, so yeah, that's just one to be mindful of. I think, obviously you guys caught it off the low, so y'all in the advantageous position. So y'all good to go. Yeah, I think, that's what I mean. Those fib levels usually align with the broad informations. If you're drawing on broad information, the fibs overlap all the time. So I'm not surprised. Too. All right. So that's all I'm kind of pulling out the tuck right now. I might look at some stuff later on, but I ain't really focused on too much else other than stuff we already in. So then KO, we got Coke Boys, Avery. You looking for looking to take it to the downside? If you are, you do have this set up, the 212 to the downside. So looks like you got the textbook reversal off the broad information. Now you got rejection and price coming back under the 50% levels. I would see this thing eventually getting down to this quarterly broad information around $60 or north of $60. But for tomorrow, there is the potential for it to go 212 down. However, there ain't no however. That's just what it is. It's just what it is. I wouldn't be looking for like a 322 the other way. So yeah, I see the 212 down, entry below 61.56. Continuities in your favor, except for the quarter and the month. Well, that doesn't make sense because the month is red. So why does it say it over there? Yeah, so it looks like the quarter is green. Everything else looks to be red. Continuity, you get that entry, you should be good to go. I would just take it back to a decent price level. You do got like a price volume gap in the volume profile around 61.05. So that might be more of a target you want to get to for tomorrow. There is a volume gap though to the downside. Looks like, well, if price wants to break below entry level, yeah, I think you'll be cooking with grease to get down. Yeah, you're gonna make your way through this gap here. So be ready. I'm gonna try to get through as many as I can before I have to shake out of here. All right, Mimi, looking at SWN. Oh yeah, Chicago. Looks like we got 2 up days. Looks like we're looking for continuation on the day. Let me clean this off here. All right. So, and another thing for you guys that are new, just so you all know, I color code my broadening formations by the time frame that they come from. So if it's a week level time broadening formation, then it's yellow. If it comes from the month time frame, then it's blue. If it comes from the quarter, it's green. And if it comes from the year, it is light blue. So just want to point that out. I know there might be folks on here that are new that may be looking at what is all these damn colors on here. So SWM always be looking good for a Friday, I swear. So this thing looks good, Mimi. I like it. It's moving up in force. It's reversing. It already reversed on the month time frame and the week. You know, it looks to be in force. Time frame continuity to the upside. I mean, yeah, it's barbecue chicken. If you wanted to play it, you know, the 4-hour entry looks to be the actionable signal, but I typically stay away from a lot of like the ones like SWN for 0 day, but it looks like a banger though. It looks fire. I like the company, but like the smaller price stocks, I typically stay away from on the 0 days in particular. But overall, I like this one. Plug. All right. D, we're gonna take a look at plug. All right, so plug. We finished off with the inside 4. We setting up with Chicago for tomorrow. We got a 212 setting up for tomorrow as well. So that's interesting. Outside week. This thing here got so much conflict going on. They don't know what they want to do. Whew. I think for tomorrow, I'll probably let it kind of figure itself out. Yeah, price all over the place. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right, let's keep it going. What else we got here? All right, Goose, we're gonna take a look at Oracle. You trying to short it? Or you trying to take the actionable signal back to the upside?
Nah, it was just short. It was hold on. It was coming off of BF to the downside.
Got you. Yeah, so you're gonna need to find an actionable signal, like a actionable signal.
So I was looking at the shooter on the deck. Well, the shooter on the deck.
Right, yeah. I see that. That's looking good for continuation. Oh, all right, let me see what the smaller time frame is looking like.
So it rejected off that monthly BF. And then the next BF I have is a weekly. And that's my target too at 112.69.
Got you. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's like continued downside on this one.
And then just looking, I see it'll go into that look at the volume profile, it'll go into a volume gap if we're looking at it on the day. Well, let me check like the time frame actuals. Yeah, the volume gap on the day.
You got back to the week on 110.15. Obviously, you might not catch it all tomorrow. Pause.
Right.
But yeah, this one's got a potential to go down from here. Made this little move and then gap down and then made a shooter after that.
When I analyzed it earlier, it was 240%. So I guess it's gone up after hours. Analyze tab showing now that target of 112.69 is 211% trade hits that target.
You said price went up though after hours?
Yeah, because I had it before when it hit that target at 240. So price must have went up.
Got you, yeah. Yeah. Okay, right on.
That's the only one I was able to that looked appetizing, man. It was like everything else was, I pass.
Yeah, they trying to cause emotional damage tomorrow. they gonna hurt some people's feelings when that thing rip tomorrow or something like that. They trying it. They're gonna rip out of nowhere, no actionable signals, just gap ups. They just do something mean like that. Gap the whole market up tomorrow. Nobody can get in unless you're swinging. All right, well we got Blackberry, Nikki. You know, you be pulling my little sneaky links on them. You be pulling them out the tuck now, Nikki. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, we like this Blackberry. We got Chicago setting up for tomorrow. We got the 2 down. Is there a Broadner formation right here? I might be missing a Broadner formation. The price looks like it just got stonewalled right there, which is good. Shooter on the week. What you looking? I don't like that shooter. What y'all what you looking at for this one, Nick? You going downside, or are you taking this 2 down back to the upside? I'm me personally, I see more of an upside move, but just wanted to hear what you thought. I might have missed Nikki already. All right, we're gonna keep it rolling then. It's all good. But yeah, Blackberry. I think I like the day trigger better than the 4 hour. If you're looking upside, downside is just continuation. So it would need to like gap down or something. But we got a shooter week, so this thing looking crazy. This thing looking crazy to me. I guess for the 0 day tomorrow, I don't know. I'll probably sit tight on this one tomorrow. Pause. So yeah, we'll keep going. All right, this gotta be the last one right here. I do gotta move. All right.
Can we look at MOS?
Yeah, that was the next one on the list too.
Cool.
Yeah. I was just going down one by one. All right, MOS. All right, what's up, Jim? So,
How you
man.
doing?
Man,
All
I'm
right.
cool, man.
Great, great.
Everything is blessed, man. How about yourself?
Absolutely. Everything is blessed. I'm learning the game. You guys are the best, so glad I'm
Right
here.
on. Right on, man. I appreciate you, man, and your confidence in me, man. We gonna return on that investment, sir.
No,
That's
we
what we,
will.
that's what we do.
It's a fact.
Right on.
Sir.
Yeah, so we got this mosaic. Looks like first thing I noticed is the macros are in your favor for the most part. I don't really need to look at the year, but I'm gonna take a look anyway because I'm nosy like that. Yeah, so we flipped a year back green at 43.75. So we're not really worried about that for tomorrow. Um, so damn. All right, two up on the month. We did have a little bit of retracement once we hit that two up level. It looks like the buyers are strong on this one. We do have a what time frame is this? It says the month is red, but the it's just barely red. We take it back green in 1 penny. So
Right.
literally in one, you know, so I like setups like that where it looks like conflict, and then once you get the trigger, everything's back in continuity. And you know, the buyers basically took a little breather, and now they back in control. So you do have the Chicago to the upside here. I don't have broadening formations, so I wouldn't be able to tell you specific levels just yet. But this one looks solid. It's coming off a major reversal, so it reversed on the month, and it looks to be prices just coming up off those lows. I mean, it looks like it's gonna move. It looks like tomorrow we're gonna get two up, the 312, but then because it looks like a Momo hammer. But then even more than that, it looks like it can move longer term too. So yeah, you might be looking at a 322 on the quarter here to the upside. It's got some work to do now. It's got to get to like $49, but um, it's coming off these. There's potential there. That's what I'll say. There's range and there's magnitude to get to some significant levels. Per this stock, I see like that $9 move would be hugely significant. So, but yeah, as far as tomorrow though, it does look solid. I don't know how it plays on 0 days because I don't think I've played this one before. But
Okay.
the setup looks really solid. So what I recommend is like going in, evaluating that options chain, try to understand like some of the price action in terms of like the Greeks on those contracts. And then I would, you know, maybe there's some historical information in terms of like the contracts, but I would want to understand how they move. Do you play them? Are you in this trade already, or is this something that you played before on
No,
the
I
0
haven't.
day?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't. This the first
Oh,
time playing it and
okay.
stuff like that. So
Got you. So then in that case, yeah, you just want to probably take a conservative approach to this one.
okay.
If you want to play it, and you know, like me personally, I wasn't good with the paper trading. I actually had to lose real money for it to like hit for me. So like if you one
Right.
of those people, you know, like sometimes you just taking that, I don't want to say flyer, but you just kind of take a smaller position, evaluate, you know, and maybe learn and throughout the aspect of that trade. But or you could just take the approach of watching, or you could buy some shares and watch it. I think for me, if it's like your first time taking a 0 day on a certain ticker, I would probably say, hey, either don't force it or take a very conservative approach on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And this
Right.
week right here, this ain't been one of those strong weeks where everything's been strong. But what I see out of this stock is that it's showing relative strength. So this is something that I would say like, hey, it does have the potential to go up tomorrow, regardless of what the market does, and that's what I want to understand. So
Okay.
I would say take a light position if you want to play it for sure, but
That's
you gotta make that call though.
okay. I sure will. Thanks. I appreciate it though.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna have to put this one on the watch because I don't think I've been paying attention to this ticker. But yeah, my people, that's the last one. I'm gonna have to wrap it up, and I'm gonna have to hand over the keys to Who wants to take over screen share? I know y'all been swapping out every week.
Which Mimi said SWN? Because this Mimi said MU.
Oh,
Is there a
gotcha.
new Mimi? Did somebody else name Mimi?
It may be. There may be.
I don't see nobody. But I don't know who can. I'm at my desk.
If
Is
not,
there anybody?
if not, then you guys could take it to the virtual trading lounge and kind of go through the rest.
They didn't replace me.
That reflects me.
Yeah, appreciate your time, Resume.
Oh yeah, no problem, no problem. This week right here look real interesting.
Appreciate your Resume.
Oh yes, sir.
Thank you,
yes, sir.
Resume.
Absolutely,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
Hey,
I'll
peace
get the
out. Catch y'all
recording
in
up
the
here.
morning.